Alright, so this recall has been updated. This was the noise in your steering wheel. It sounds like rubbing or whooshing. So this was the recall. Now they changed it to this, which is just the bearing that's making the noise. So this is actually a lot easier than doing this. So there's a special tool kit that we got for it, and we're going to put this in and replace the one that's in there. So here's the special tools. We got this to pull the old bearing out. And then we got this to put the new one in. They already started taking off, you know, the under panel here. Get all this stuff out of the way. So what I have to get to is right here. I gotta move this too, which is a couple bolts to move it out of the way. I gotta get into here because that's where the bearing is. Before I had to take down the whole steering column so I can get up in here and remove this whole shaft. Now we can just go from right here. So I got that piece off there, the little cap. And I gotta take an Allen key and take this one out. And behind here is a spring. Dropped it. And then inside there is a spring. And there's another piece in here too. If I can get it out. There it is. So, and that was in here. So we gotta, then we can pull this out. Pull that out. And that's where the bearing is right there. So now I gotta pluck that bearing out of there. Easy. Wherever I put the tool. This tool. It's going to go on there and pull the bearing out so I can get the new bearing on. So there's the old bearing. I'm going to have to put the new bearing in there now, which will be the other tool that I got here. This one. So the bearing's going to go right here. I'm going to put that up there. And I'm sorry I can't do all this one-handed. That's why I got to keep showing after the fact. Alright, so I got it set up here. You can see this piece here goes in where I took that spring and stuff out. That holds it in place, and this is what's going to push the bearing in. And this is where you're going to want to be careful. If you go too far, you're going to crack the steering column, and that's going to be a whole nother big deal. So I usually go in a little bit, take it off, check it, see if I need to go in more, because you just want it just in the right spot on that shaft. So it's going to be a few times of turning it, a few taking it off, looking, putting it back on, doing that. So I got the new bearing on there. You just want that middle part to be just coming out a little bit. You put this new piece on, making sure this big hole is so the pin can go in. Which is another thing that's hard to do in an awkward angle with one hand. And then we just put it all back together, and that's what the fix is, so you don't have that noise. This is under warranty, and so if you have that noise, just bring it to the dealer if you don't have to do this. I also wouldn't recommend doing it without, you know, having these proper tools to have it sit the bearing in there right. You're getting it all back together. You can see this is the airbag, something you really don't want to mess with if you don't know what you're doing. See, that's where I had to go all the way back there. So I just put these covers back on and it'll be done, and I'm going to make sure that that noise is gone, and that'll be all there is.